All right. Welcome to episode 83 of the CosCast. My name
Yay!
Yay! My name is Pixie Does Cosplay and I am your main host. And with me today I have my two co-hosts.
Annabella cosplay.
And Enyassia cosplay.
Welcome, ladies. So
Thank you.
tonight we're going to talk about something interesting. We're going to talk about body image, which is a very important subject to a lot of people out there. So this could be interesting. But before we go there, we're of course going to go into our usual segments, which are cosplay progress first. So, have we been working on anything cosplay related this week?
Actually, yes. Like 2 hours ago, maybe I decided to start on my on a own character Hobbit for Arthacon. I think. I just found some random fabric home, and I made this thing, and it's gonna this is sort of the pattern I've used for it. So it's gonna be something like that with pink brocade and some gray skirt thingy.
Yay! It looks really cute.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy with it so far, and yeah, we'll see how it turns
So
out.
you're going to HobbitCon this year?
Not HobbitCon.
No.
There's no more HobbitCon. I wish. I've also gotten one of my wigs that I've ordered for Soldier 76 because I'm doing a femme version of him. And I'm doing it a bit different than I've seen a lot of other cosplayers doing the same thing because a lot of feminized soldiers, they all wear long wigs. But I've decided to make it more true to Soldier because he has short, spiky hair. So I'm going to do a woman with short, spiky hair as well.
Cool.
Like it.
Also, there's more. I ordered fabric for my Melisandre dress from Game of Thrones. I got this sample in the mail from Tika's Treasure Chest on Etsy, I think. Alvi Cosplay helped me to find this piece. And now it's on its way. The whole thing is on its way for me. Yay!
Awesome. See, we have long periods of downtime, but when we get started, we really get started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've also started working on my Hobbit thing. So everything is still in separate pieces, but this is going to become a top at some point.
Ooh.
So this is
Very
one of the
nice.
front pieces. So I've lined it with some shiny fabric, and on the outside, it's more of a rough.
That's very nice.
It's nice. I like the color a lot. It's very pretty. But I have also taken a trip to Rusta this weekend, and I got some black fur for Sarah's on Crate's collar. And it's so fluffy,
Ooh.
I could just die. So yeah, I'm going to cut it and just put it around, my shoulders. I could do a femme.
You look like Jon
Snow.
Snow.
Yeah, femme Jon. So this is of course fake fur. It's just plastic. So this will be cool. Looking forward to it. So yeah, that's what I've gotten to do. And tomorrow I'm going to go fabric shopping because I need fabric for my skirt, for the Hobbit outfit and stuff. So yeah, that's the plan.
Could join you.
Yay.
Sadly, I have to work.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of us has to be adults at least.
Yes, some of us.
Yes. Some of us has to do.
I'm only, an extra shift worker these days. I don't really have a regular job, so this is one of the very few perks of not having a steady job. I can do stuff in the
I
week.
wouldn't say it's a perk for me because I'm gonna work on Saturday at Desicon, so that sucks. But
Yeah, that blows.
yeah.
Oh well.
You'll be with us in spirit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
totally.
Sample cosplay is currently sewing, which is basically is 90% fiddling with fabric, 5% stabbing fingers with needles, and 5% actual sewing. Sounds familiar. Sounds very
Yes.
familiar. And Living Turquoise says, after doing the Joker makeup early yesterday morning, I want to try to make some versions of Joker on my friend I made the makeup on. Yeah, cool. Do that. Totally. The Joker is fun. Okay. So let's move on to cosplay news. So the first piece of news that we have to share is...
Hello.
Huh? Oh, sorry. It's you,
Oh,
of course.
I'm sewing, hand sewing this glove. Hopefully it will. No idea how it will look. But
But this is for Link.
this is for Link. Yes, I have decided to make the golden gauntlet for Link, not the usual brown ones. My
Cool.
Link is gonna be more equipped than yours.
Yes. Mine doesn't even have a sword.
No. And for the not HobbitCon, but Arthacon, I'm using this one. This is actually some Bunad vest that I've made, but it looks, you know,
It looks hobbitish.
hobbitish. Yes.
Mm.
I mean, it does have this nice golden trim down here, but hey, we get it.
I think that's nice. I think it'll work out just fine.
Yes. So the only thing I really lack is a skirt.
Yeah.
But I'll figure something out.
Yeah, you can figure something out.
Yes.
Just go to Vanya. They have like really affordable fabric. You could probably find something there.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna have to, acquire a wig because I don't want to reuse the Merida wig for this Hobbit.
No, that one has seen a whole lot of use lately.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then let's move on to the news. I'm sorry
Let's
that I
move on.
skipped you. And hello to all of the other people in the chat who are joining us. Nice to see you today.
Yeah. Also, Eric Tiller is agreeing with Sample about the sewing part.
Yes. It sounds very accurate.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so the first thing we want to remind people about is that there will be a K-pop dance party at House of Nerds on February 17th. That's on a Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday. So people who are interested in learning more about K-pop and dancing and just having a really good time should head on over there. It is an 18 plus event because there will be alcohol served. So just be aware of that. But I think I want to go maybe if I have the time.
Yeah, and also it's an unofficial birthday party for Alvi cosplay.
Yeah. So we should go. It should be really
We
fun.
should go.
Yes. Okay. So the next one is that Daisukan Pop will be held on Saturday the 18th. And we're looking forward to that. I think at least me and Enyassia will be going.
Maybe we shouldn't drink on Friday then.
Yes, be sober and not hungover on Saturday. That would be a good idea. But we'll just see how things pan out. And on the 19th, that's on Sunday after Daisukan, straight after Daisukan, there will be a cosplay flea market at Bitraf held by Crix Design. So everyone should
I'm actually
check that out.
I'm wondering if I should, give away my Merida dress because I'm one, so maybe it can have a new owner if someone would be interested in having my Merida dress.
We'll bring it to the cosplay flea market and you can sell it there. I think that sounds like a very good idea, at least.
That's amazing. Yeah. I want to buy it. No.
Why not?
Sure, if you want to buy it, you can buy it. Although you have bigger arms than me, so I think you might want to, do stuff on it before you wear it.
Yeah.
Bigger muscles and stuff. you know.
I'm just bigger in general.
Mm.
It's not really muscles.
I think, Enyassia, maybe you could move your mic a little bit away from your mouth because it's making a little bit of noise whenever you talk.
Who?
Yours. Yeah, there. I think that'll help probably. Okay. So the next thing on our agenda is that Mall Cosplay has made a The Witcher short film where he is Geralt and he has a tryst with him and they're fighting this knight guy and it looks really really cool. I have some short gifs from it that I can show you guys, just just to share the awesomeness. This is from kotaku.com. So this is from Mol Cosplay's short film of Geralt, and it's so cool, so cool.
Mm.
So everyone should definitely check this out. It's available on his Facebook page and I think on YouTube, and yeah. The Triss in the movie is Erica Rogers, who also produced the film, while it was directed by Action Leo. So now you know.
Yeah.
Also, the new point and click adventure, The Frost Rune, which is a Norwegian game, was released recently, and we really recommend people to go check that out.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Highly
We tried it.
Mm.
Yes, we did. When we totally, you know.
I think you spent like
sucked into
half an
the
hour at their stand at Spill Expo last year. So yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember one of you had to poke me on the back because someone was standing behind me, making fun of me.
It wasn't just someone. It was like Kylo Ren or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault that the Force wasn't with him that day. That he could,
We're with you.
just find.
Or with you.
No.
Okay.
Or with you.
So yeah, you guys should totally check that out. They sell it on Steam and on Google Play and the iTunes App Store and on the Humble Store.
Cool.
So there's no excuse for not checking this cool thing out. And lastly, we just wanted to give some shout outs to the amazing photographers that shot this Big Sister cosplay by Crix Design. So Ukami Cosplay Photography, JL Cosplay Studio, and Reflective Photography. You guys are the bomb.
Yeah.
Mad
This
props.
looks so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is insane. That's how cool it is. So yeah, these photos are by Okami and JL Cosplay Studio. And they're just so good. Look at this. And also Crix is, amazing as usual.
Yeah, and it's her birthday today as well.
It is. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to Greg.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we just wanted to share that because we think it's so cool. We have so many amazing and talented photographers in the cosplay community. It's crazy.
And cosplayers.
And cosplayers too, of course. Their time to shine in the sun. I can see that a lot of people are talking about BTS in the chat and something about not being able to go to a concert or something, and the 10%, absence limit that Norwegian students have, and there's
they're talking about the K-pop party that they can't go because of the time and not being 18, and you can't be away from school too long because then you can't take your exams and stuff. It sucks.
Yeah.
Life sucks. Then you die.
No.
You're such a ray of sunshine. Such a ray of sunshine. Okay. Well, since we're obviously done with the news part, let's move into our main theme today, where we will share our thoughts on body image and talk about different questions that you guys have sent in to us during the past week. And of course, you are free to make comments or write questions in the chat. We will.
And also, talking about birthdays, it's Cece Tori's birthday tomorrow.
Yes, happy birthday, Cece!
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for future reference, if any of you guys have any friends in the cosplay community that you want us to wish a happy birthday to, send us a message and we'll include it in the show.
Yeah.
We can have birthday shout outs all the time. That'll be
every day.
Every day.
Every day Sunday.
Yes. Okay, cool. So let's just jump into the subject. So let's
Yeah.
just start with question number one. What kind of relationship do we have to the subject of body image?
I think everybody has some sort of relationship towards that subject. I'm sorry for the snoring, by the way. It's just that my dog is struggling for his life to, um, yeah,
Breathe.
Yeah.
sit on my lap because it's like he has this part to sit on, but he is absolutely, yeah, he's not going anywhere. So
No, he's not.
sorry.
No.
Well, I think everybody do have some sort of relationship towards body image, and everybody has some stuff that they feel towards their own body, especially.
Mhm.
It's much easier to be more negative towards yourself than towards others because you tend to see things on yourself that other people doesn't. So
Others don't. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a sore. It can be a very sore subject, I guess.
Yeah, it can be really sore. I mean, ooh, that was a lot of dog all at once. Wow.
Sorry. I just had to move him because
Yeah,
he was not laying still.
You're right. Uh, I mean, like growing up, personally, I've had a very strange relationship to body image, just because I've been up and down in weight. I've been overweight. I've been almost underweight. So, um, and very rarely do I feel comfortable about my own body. But starting to get better now, so that's good. So it's touchy and it's hard to talk about sometimes, but it's necessary, and I'm glad we can talk about it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Enyassia, what are your thoughts on the subject?
Well, my body image has, gone a bit up and down. When I was like, for instance, when I was a kid, I grew up with, watching Disney movies with Disney princesses who were like beautiful and all that, and I did not think of myself as beautiful because I have those, big shiny eyes, because mine are like small and very close into the nose bridge, and I always thought that my nose were big and my lips were too thin and my face were the wrong shape. I've always had issues with my height because everyone would make fun of it. Like, it was the first thing people commented on, was like, "Oh my god, you're so small."
They still do though.
What? Am I?
Really? I didn't.
Never heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it used to bother me before, but now I don't really care about being short or tall
No,
anymore.
no, I'm not, don't care about it anymore. Now it's more like, oh my god, my tummy is so big.
It's like I never really thought about it myself. So, but because I am so small, I've always been very like, oh my god, you're tall. But that's exactly the same thing. But you don't mean it like that. You just mean it like, shit, I'm small. So that's what I'm saying.
In
If I say that,
comparison to
whoa,
me, you're tall. Yes.
yeah. So what I'm really saying is that if I comment if someone is skinny or tall or whatever, it's more like what I mean about it. It's because I feel the opposite, or
Yeah, it's an observation. Yes.
yeah, and it can hurt. And
Yes.
I've realized that that's unnecessary to
Yeah. You don't
comment on
have
those
to
kind of
point that
things.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Teresa says Disney aesthetics killing kids' self confidence since 1940.
I mean,
very
Very
true.
true.
voicing your, I mean, not exactly opinions, but your observations to other people about their body is a very childish thing to do,
It's
I think.
unnecessary. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, I agree. Think about what you want to say before you say it. Usually, you have a filter that things can go through, so just be considerate of others. That's a good tip. All right. Let's just move on from that. We've shared our initial feelings about it. Obviously, yeah. It's hard for, but before we move on, it's hard for us to, to comment about, not feeling comfortable in your body because you feel like you're in the wrong body. I've never felt that, but that's clearly also something that has to do with body image, to not feel comfortable with your own gender. So I can't imagine even how hard that must be to deal with on a daily basis.
I actually used to, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Chinese, and I also wanted to be a boy. That was my two like things that I used to pray to God that I would suddenly turn into a boy or be Chinese. But I think I grew out of that thought because I didn't really. That wasn't what I felt like. It was just something I wanted to be.
Mm.
Yeah, I had the same thing about my height. Oh, please God, can't you just make me 20 taller today? Like when I wake up.
Yeah, can't you just look taller today? Yeah, but Teresa says gender dysphoria, fun times for everyone, and then a grumpy face.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that must be some tough shit to go through, dude, or girl, or people.
But I'm just happy that it's more openness now. It seems like there's so much information about everything on the internet, and people in general are more open to things being not just black and white, not being pink or blue. It can be everything. You don't have to be a stereotype. It's
sorry, Cecilia says, Cinema, can you please fix your headphones because they're annoying me? I guess it's because they're uneven.
I don't know how to fix that. Like, there we go.
Yeah, helping out.
Okay. It's annoying me now. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, but we've touched a little bit upon this already, but what kind of relationship do we have to our own bodies specifically? Anyone want to start?
I don't know. After I turned 25, I've just become more comfortable with who I am. Before that, I wasn't. So I don't know if it's an age thing or if just me collecting my life and things getting more normalized and stabilized in some way. But I still don't like my arms because they're flappy. I have wings.
Oh, I do too. No question about that. But yeah, I kind of feel you because before I was like 25, 26, I had some real big issues with how I looked like, and I just hated looking at myself in the mirror because I always thought my nose was too big, and I never thought that my stomach was flat enough, and I never really felt like I was pretty. I mean, because people would always say that, oh, you're so cute. And no one ever said that I was pretty or beautiful, except for my husband, but that kind of doesn't count because he loves me, so he doesn't see that off, I guess.
So you don't need more people to love you.
No, I don't. It's enough with that one.
In that way.
But also, for the past 2 or 3 years, I have been dealing with a slight weight issue because I'm so short. Every time I just gain a couple of kilos, it just shows so well, so fast. So for the past 6 months, I've been on a diet. I've been exercising, trying to get more healthy and losing that extra weight, and I feel more comfortable with my own body now because I feel like I look like myself. When I was overweight, I didn't feel like myself, and that's for that's my comfort zone. I'm not saying that you need to be skinny to be beautiful or to feel well about yourself. It's just how it is for me. That's how I feel like I look my best. But it's all about body positivity and feeling comfortable in your own skin. And as long as you're comfortable and healthy, I think it doesn't really matter what you look like as long as you're happy.
Yeah, I feel like body is more like, if I'm happy with myself, it has more to do with my mindset than with what my actual body looks like. Because if I'm in a really bad place, then everything sucks, no matter what. But if my mind and brain feels, healthy and fresh, then everything is more fine.
And just to address Samples cosplay in the chat, that negative compliment, insult hidden in a compliment, that's just, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is so rude and so negative, and wow, just don't listen to those assholes.
Yeah, because they are the worst. Compliments or insults disguised as compliments, as Therese said, are the worst. It's yeah.
And Ranirav has also experienced caring less about her body when becoming older. She's like, good enough. I can relate to that feeling. Good enough.
Yes.
So, Enyassia, how about you?
Well, since my focus kind of shifted as I grew up, because before it was like, oh, I want to look like a princess and being taller, just so people would stop, commenting on my height and underestimating me because I was short and stuff like that. When I turned around like 20, I started to grow, and not in the height department. And then, of course, I started to have issues feeling fat, not like obese fat, but I felt fat because I was always skinny no matter what I ate, and but of course I was lazy. I didn't really exercise, and I started to smoke, and when I quit smoking I gained weight. And so it was kind of my own fault, but still it was quite hard when it happened. And life happens with bad boyfriends and depressions and all things. So I started to really don't like my own body or what I had become, because it well as you can say, I was less like a princess even then, but as I neared age of 30, I actually started to being the super slim person, and just look at my body and say, hey, I got shapes. My ass is actually wider now, and I like the shape of my ass. I started to focus a bit more on the parts of my body that I did like, instead of focusing on the parts I didn't like. And
I think that's a good recipe.
Yeah, I think that actually helped, because suddenly my nose didn't seem as big as before, and it helped really.
Yeah, so that's a good tip. Focus on the things you do like. I also like my own butt very much. I think it looks really good. Not sorry, I like my ass. Yeah. Cecilia says that she's always been a bit insecure about being taller than everyone else, and that it probably feels a lot like it is for us to be shorter than everyone else. So we can commiserate with you.
But I do actually, because I am going to school now, because I take math as an extra subject thing, and I haven't been at school like as a student for almost 10 years now. It's sick. But what I realized is that when I got there, I got so insecure about how I looked, because I was so afraid to look different than everybody else. And it just suddenly hit me that I wanted to just be a part of the sheep flock, but at my job at work, you get praised for being different. You get praised for being yourself and being someone, you know, um, that looks a bit different than everybody else. But in a school situation, that totally just changed. I just didn't feel comfortable with anything. So no wonder that you feel uncomfortable if you don't hit that general normal mark of what's supposed to be normal.
I can
don't
say
know.
this much. Most part of my academic career has been on a scale from hellish to just crappy, like everyday crappy and hellish at some points, just because I've been different for a lot of my life. I've been short, I've been weird, I've been nerdy, um, awkward, all of those things. So, and sometimes you really just wish that you could fit in and just be like everyone else, but it just doesn't make you happy if you do. So over the years, I've just learned to say, fuck that shit. I don't need it in my life. I'm just gonna do me because it makes me happier.
Yeah.
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 And Rira, you are pretty. I think so too. Yes. And Venke says that she's also grown to love herself more and not care so much what others think or what the media poses as beauty. So I think it's definitely an age thing too, says the grown-up cosplayer, winky face. It's good to hear that you agree with our assessment.
Yeah.
Danirov grew up with forehead issue complexes about her forehead. But getting older, I've realized it's not too bad, and I don't mind too much anymore. That's good. I'm glad you feel better about yourself. So yeah, we've all been insecure, and we've all hated ourselves, and we've all grown to be more comfortable with ourselves, I guess, is a short summary of that. And so, number 3, should your body shape have any impact on your cosplaying?
I think no, because you're gonna cosplay whatever you want to cosplay, because that's what cosplay is about. But I guess sometimes you just continue.
Yeah.
I also agree with Annabella that that the body shape should not have an impact on your cosplaying. But the sad truth is that many people feel that they can't cosplay certain characters because of their body shape, and not only for themselves but for so they do shame other people who dare to cosplay something that doesn't have the same shape as their own and stuff.
No, I agree with both of you. The thing is, no, it shouldn't have anything to say with who you cosplay. But because we are all insecure as we are, it is always going to have an impact on who you choose to cosplay. Unfortunately. And that's why I haven't cosplayed Morrigan from Dragon Age yet, because she's just too naked for me to be comfortable, or she was too naked for me to be comfortable. But because I've been trying to get healthier and slimming down a bit, I now feel like I could wear Morrigan and be comfortable about it. I feel comfortable enough in my own skin that wearing her wouldn't be uncomfortable for me.
But you have done a character that has a different body height than you when you did Arwen. Because Arwen, she is a very tall elf from the Tolkien universe, and it did not stop you.
No, nothing was going to stop me from cosplaying Arwen, because I love Lord of the Rings, and I love that dress that I made, and I really like her character and the relationship between her and Aragorn. So I said, fuck that shit. I am short as a hobbit, but I'm going to be Arwen because I want to.
Exactly. And this also is a comment on what Cici Tori said earlier in the chat, because she doesn't choose short characters, even though she like the costumes. because she's tall.
Mm.
But you should, if you see a short character that you love, you can be a hobbit too. Yeah.
Yes. Nothing wrong
You
with
want to be a
that.
hobbit? No, it's not.
I mean, the guy who played Gimli the dwarf is super tall in real life, but they made him look short in the movie, so there's no limit there. Teresa says in the chat that she used to feel super insecure about her face. Her Air's jawline lacked thereof, being round faced, so trying to hide it with hair was something that they tried to do, and then just took the step, cut the hair short, and went completely bald, and have never felt more powerful. Credit to you. That is so cool.
Amazing.
I think I could.
The hair has much to say about that, because that's what you see when you look at yourself.
It is.
So that's a very bold step to take.
And a lot of girls are very attached to their hair.
I mean,
it has a lot to do with how they feel about themselves.
Boys too.
Vikings. Vikings, your hair is status, you know?
Yes. It's a remnant from the Viking era, obviously. No, but I think I've had pretty much all different hairstyles except like being bald and having a mohawk. I've done most things, like really short hair, long bangs, no bangs, long hair, bobs. I even had a bowl cut at once point, like a page cut. That was not pretty on me, by the way. And pretty much every color imaginable except yellow.
Oh, I've had yellow. Not intentionally, but I've had yellow.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Any pronouns are good for Teresa. I get so insecure because I don't want to offend anyone. So he, she, they, whatever. Good. I'm glad that whatever is good for you. Good.
Hen.
Oh, yeah. That could also be something. Eric Taylor, aren't you a bit tall for that character? Is a question he gets asked every time he cosplays a dwarf. My reply, nope, you're just too short.
Oh, stupid question.
Yes,
Deserves stupid answers.
Yes,
for sure.
For sure. That's a good way to get out of it without it getting really awkward. It's like just insult them right back.
Oh, but that's like Varric's aesthetic as well, because I guess it's Varric you're referring to.
Yes. Oh, Teresa, a dwarf size is in their heart, not their stature. Yes. That's good.
But one thing about this question though, should body shape have any impact on your cosplay? I know that it always says so in most of the competition rules that body shape and stuff like that shouldn't have anything to do with the cosplay, but I guess that maybe sometimes it will have something to do with the first impression of a costume. I don't know.
I think I know what you mean. If two cosplayers, just like I'm just making up an example here, two cosplayers with the same costume, both costumes are equally well made, that maybe the one with the more similar body type to said character will get a higher score, perhaps because it looks better on that person. It gets more, likeness to the character or something. I don't know.
I honestly don't think they score it like that, or I hope not.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
No. Yes.
But it always specifies in the rules that like body shape and stuff like that shouldn't have anything to do with scoring of the cosplay.
Yeah, because it's craftsmanship and techniques and styling usually. I think that goes into judging likeness, and I'm really glad that that's a priority. That it doesn't specifically say that they go for body type in the rules. Ashlak says, "Fuck shaving your hair. I would do anything for any form of hair other than a mullet."
You could grow a trump.
You could grow a drum. I can donate my hair the next time I cut it, and you can have blue hair.
Nope, you can't because
No,
you're not
I can't.
allowed to. You have to
No.
have
Natural, untreated hair.
yes,
Yes.
at least 30 centimeters long before you can donate it.
Well, but I could just cut my ponytail off and send it to him in the mail and be really creepy.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can do that.
No wonder who has blue hair and suddenly cut their hair short.
Yeah.
It's not going to know who it is from.
Living Turquoise says shape should have nothing to do with cosplay, I think, but you should feel comfortable with the cosplay. I think it's cool if you customize it to your shape and coverage of body, etc. Yeah, I totally
Agreed.
Very much agreed.
Sometimes I guess you have to change part of a design to make it fit you. I know I have to do that because I'm short. So many times I have to do other things to a costume because I'm short and I have a bit of like a arch in the back and I have big boobs as well. So a lot of cosplay doesn't work for me. For instance, a button-up shirt, I cannot wear that. If I wear that, then it will not be fitting because
it'll
my boobs are in the way.
At the waist.
Yeah, either that or it will be like a huge hole right here so people can just see right in, and I don't want that.
No, but I have a bit of the same issue, but I have small boobs, so whenever I buy like a fitted dress with like slinky straps, the neckline always ends up like below my boobs because I don't have enough to fill the neckline with, and my torso is so short, so it just ends up being all scrunched up and hanging too low. So that's an issue. So I have to alter everything that is fitted and that has like straps that are not adjustable.
Yeah.
Short person problem. Today's also say, speaking as a judge, that's the kind of bias it's easy to have because you're supposed to look for character likeness, but a good judge will be conscious about avoiding that bias. Yes. Good
Amazing.
Answer. And
good answer.
And Teresa is our, in-house expert.
Yep.
She knows what she's talking about. She's a con arranger and a judge and everything, so she knows.
Yep.
Yes. Cecilia said, "Same Anita" to the dress problem. I'm guessing, and Ashtak also said, "Same Anita."
He's having the same problems.
Yes, I'd like to see Ashtak in a strappy dress. Please make this happen. Okay, next question before we dawdle too long. Should one hide one's piercings, glasses, or tattoos? Or
I think you skipped one.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that. Should imperfections like scars, acne, or other things be retouched in cosplay photographs?
Bum, bum, bum. I can speak for myself about this. I appreciate when people remove like acne and stuff like that, but if it's clear that the whole face or the whole me is retouched to the point that it's not recognizable anymore, then it's another question. Then I don't really appreciate that so much. But it has not happened though. But if it would happen, I would feel a bit weird about it, I guess.
Yes, word.
Yeah. My point is that if you set up a shoot with a photograph and you have the opportunity to talk about details beforehand, I think it's important to discuss which level of retouching you're comfortable with. And sometimes I think that I'm comfortable with a lot of retouching if it suits the character. Sometimes I would like almost no retouching because it's not necessary. Like when I retouch our photos that we take of each other or other people, I rarely touch anything. I don't hide anything unless specifically asked to do so. The only thing I'll brighten up things or just cover up pimples or anything that people don't want to see. But I will never slim down someone in a photo, and I will never try to make them look like something they're not, because I like to see the person shining through in the costume as well.
Yeah.
Yes, well,
I think
Yeah. It's up to personal preference, I think, and what's okay with you, what amount is okay with you.
Yeah, it can be nice to just set that with the photographer beforehand. Uh, for me, I think maybe you removed some of my tattoos. No, you didn't have to because I had things over my tattoos covered. Yeah, but like if I did a cosplay where some of my tattoos shows that's not appropriate for the cosplay, I would ask you if you would be able to remove them.
Yeah, I mean, because I have removed your tattoos for like your Samara cosplay from the Ring, because
Well, that's true.
that would be right for the character to not have a bunny tattoo on the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's up to you as an individual if that's okay for you, or what you want, what you think is right for the character and what you want to portray. As long as you're comfortable with it, I don't want to say don't do this or don't do that. And also, one has to be aware of that certain photographers have certain styles. So some photographers will do a lot of retouching and others will not. So yeah, you kind of have to be aware of that when you go into a shoot too. Ryurai says that she has some issues with her eyes, so one kind of points off in certain pictures. And JL was kind enough to ask her if she wanted to have something done with that during a photo shoot, and she said that no, she wanted it to be left as is. But she was very grateful that he asked. And I think this is a great example of cosplayer and photographer working together and coming to an agreement on what is okay and what is not.
Very true.
And also, kudos to you, Ryurai, because you're beautiful and you don't need to be edited. So there. So yeah, I think that's kudos to JL Cosplay Studio. Keep doing that. That shows respect for the people you work with. Enyassia, you have anything you want to weigh in?
Should I? Well, I do agree with both of you. Of course, if there is this certain character, this perfect whatever character you're portraying, either it's an elf from Lord of the Rings, elf princess, or something that should have unflemished skin. Then sure, if you don't have it yourself and you want to look more like that character on your picture, you can always have it photoshopped, retouched, and stuff like that. But I'm thinking, if you don't kind of maybe if you don't know the photographer's style that much beforehand, and the photographer agrees to take your picture, and you don't specify any changes that he or she should do, then it's very important that they don't change your picture so much that you can hardly recognize yourself.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, as Cecilia says, if it's like sits or something that just is going to go away, that isn't like a big part of you, unless you have like acne issues or something that never goes away, then I think it's okay to edit over it. But you should always just ask to be sure, unless you're close friends and you know what that person would prefer. I think that's maybe a good thing. Okay, so the next question is: should one hide one's piercings, glasses, or tattoos when in cosplay?
If you want to.
Yeah, I think that if a person cosplays a character that doesn't have glasses or piercings but has to wear them for some reason, then it would be logical to have it on, or at least ask if do you want to keep your glasses or piercings in for this shoot. Um, to me, I think that if you were planning a photo shoot with a photographer, most like like the ones that Iblin cosplay did with Catrix when they went into the forest and took pictures for Horizon Zero Dawn of her Alloy costume. When they do all these things with the background and make it as if it could have been a part of the game, then I think it's logical to, remove glasses or piercings and stuff like that. But at the convention, it's not really that necessary unless you want to yourself.
To me, I have 2 tattoos. I have one on each leg, on my shins or on the side of my shins. And I don't usually hide them. Well, usually I wear pants or dresses or skirts that cover them up, but when I don't really bother hiding them either, because it's not necessary.
I don't think I've ever really tried to hide my tattoos either.
No.
I don't have any, so I don't have that issue.
No. But I mean, I can always edit it out from my photos if they're in my photos, if I feel like it. And if not, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a scar also here on my upper arm. You can barely see it in the recording, but it's used to be really big and really red, and I didn't really like it, but I don't really care about it that much anymore, so I just leave it in. Usually. Rira says that she has a friend who uses glasses. She usually uses glasses and doesn't like lenses, which makes her actually want to cosplay characters who use glasses. Well, that's smart. If you have characters you like who use glasses, then that's a good excuse to just do that. But it also shouldn't stop your friend from cosplaying characters that don't wear glasses, because who cares? Wear your glasses and be, whoever you want to be, because it doesn't matter. As long as you feel comfortable and you're having fun, that's the important part.
Yeah.
I never use lenses. I mean, I don't feel comfortable with having things on my eyes, so I never use colored lenses. I'll just edit my eye color digitally instead. So
I've never tried.
no, I'm super sensitive about my eyes. And Maria says that I tried taking pictures as Daenerys without my glasses, but I realized I'm not comfortable with my face without glasses. Also, I have a chronic infection in one eye, so contacts is not a good idea. Well, there you go. Use glasses because you're comfortable with that. I think that's the right choice for you. Absolutely. And Rira says she don't care. She uses glasses like a boss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Glasses for the win.
Yeah, glasses really. When I grew up, I wanted glasses. I still kind of like the aesthetic of glasses.
I have glasses.
I know.
I wear them for school and stuff.
I have my Harry Potter glasses now, though, so I'm cool. Eric says that he tends to leave the glasses at home when cosplaying. I usually just put them on when watching TV or teaching, so it's not a major obstacle. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's the same as me, I guess.
Yeah, and the Fuzzy Teddy also usually keeps his glasses for cosplay, which is dead cool either way.
Yeah, I think so too. I only think he takes them off when he does like performances. But I don't. I think it's normal when people have glasses. Like, yeah.
If you got
at the convention, at least. Yeah.
You can always take them off if you're doing a shoot, or just keep them on if that's what makes you more comfortable. It's your choice. Always your choice.
Hipster chic version has Teresa says in the chat.
And as Maria says, without glasses, I wouldn't be able to see all the other awesome cosplays.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yes, gotta see them. Okay, cool. And Cecilia also has never tried lenses and doesn't wear them when she cosplays. Because, but she wants to try because it looks cool. Yeah, it looks hella cool. You just have to be really, really careful. Go to the optometrist and take an eye exam first to see if your eyes are compatible with lenses, because some eye shapes are not compatible with lenses, and then you'll just end up hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So always do that if you've never tried lenses before.
I did not. And I wore lenses for Kira Metz when I was at London Film and Comic Con. went okay. I mean, I gambled and
Yeah. I mean, in most cases, it will probably be okay. But if you actually injure your sight, that could be permanent. And you don't
yep.
want that to happen just because you took a stupid chance.
Yeah, because life is not a game. You cannot just load and go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you scolding me?
Yes, a little bit. You should
No.
be blind. Important. If you go blind, you can't make cosplays.
Sure, I can make you. Make I
Make
make you
me
make.
make you cosplays. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, Fuzzy Teddy takes his glasses off for performances in pinks. Mm. I was like, I'm gonna wear glasses with Geralt. Shabby chic Geralt. Yes, I think that could work. That could work. Or make it work, as they say.
Yeah.
Shabby chic.
All right. So this goes a little bit back to cosplay contests. What do we think about body shapes in relation to cosplay contests?
I think it's cool when people dare to do things that's a bit unconventional, if that makes any sense.
Mm.
I always seem to be like um, cheering for people when you see that they actually are uh, brave to, or just comfortable with themselves. If you see people who doesn't necessarily look like the character, but their cosplays are on point, you're like, wow,
Mm.
that's amazing, and that's inspiring for me at least, because then it makes me more comfortable to maybe try to do something that isn't as covered up as every other cosplay that I've done earlier. This year, for example, I'm doing Diva from Overwatch, and that is a cat suit. That is tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not sure what I feel about that, but yeah, I'm doing it still.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
But
I
it's like
can.
it's because people who doesn't, because of other people doesn't care about stereotypes and what their body looks like and stuff like that. That
Mm.
makes me actually able
Yeah.
to dare to do it myself.
Yeah, and I also just have to say that I think the same goes for people of color. Skin doesn't have anything to do with what character you choose to cosplay. If you cosplay that
Yeah.
character, it's because you love it. And the same with body shapes. As long as you're comfortable and you're loving what you're doing and what you're wearing, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in contests, as Therese said earlier, or Teresa, is that good judges will try to judge away from the bias of looking at body type and will look at craftsmanship and styling and other things instead. So I think every body shape belongs in contests, regardless.
Yep.
It's about
Yeah.
talent. Okay. Um. Right. So moving on, I suppose. Have we ever chosen not to cosplay a character because of our body types? Was the costume too revealing, or did it make us feel uncomfortable, or anything like that?
Hmm.
Um. Yes and no. I think
Mm.
it's more like I don't have like a costume that I've been like, oh, I want to make this, but I can't because
Mm.
I've never felt that. It's more like, nope, 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 nope.
Mm.
It hasn't been in my mind to even make one of those costumes that I haven't dared to do.
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't really
Yeah.
thought about that.
No, I mean, I mentioned Morrigan earlier because I really wanted to do her, but I've never really been comfortable with showing that much stomach, and also that much cleavage all at once. But this year I'm going to push myself and actually do that because I want to cosplay Morrigan so bad because she's so cool. She's like
Yeah.
my resting bitch face
Mm.
senpai. And she's really snarky and I kind of like that. Um, yeah, so that's at least one that I haven't dared to do. And also Riku from Final Fantasy X. I mean, she hasn't a really revealing outfit, but those shorts are really, really short. And I'm always
You
really.
don't have to make them that short.
No, I know. But it's just, it's a lot of skin. And it's, so far it's made me kind of uncomfortable to think about, but I think I really want to do that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been, I've wanted to cosplay, Legolas and, these tall, beautiful elves. But I've actually kind of thought that no, I can't because I'm not pretty enough or I'm too small, and it would be so hard for me to, make a good costume that also fits my body nicely. So, for instance, I have put off cosplaying male characters because of my chest size. Because, yeah, well, I'm kind of afraid that I won't flatten it enough so it looks good on me, the costume. Kind of.
I mean, if they don't become, super flat, it'll just look like you have really good, pecs. Like you have some good chest muscle. I mean, just look at it that way. You'll have a little bit bulk on the top, so you'll look a bit bigger up top, and then you'll look smaller in your waist. So maybe it's
Yeah,
a good
sure.
thing. Maybe it's a good
There's
thing.
things
It
you
might
can do about that. You can also
be.
add shoulder pads so it
Yeah.
looks more natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that actually for Link now, adding shoulder pads so I bit shoulders and look maybe a little bit more masculine. And because Link is a more fictional character. It's a game character, and you don't really have any humans or anything to compare his height with. So he could be like super small, for all we know.
Mm.
So I'm not as afraid to cosplay Link as opposed to cosplaying Legolas, for instance.
Mm. I can understand your
So yeah.
trepidation, but I think you would do well in both because in pictures,
Yeah.
no one sees how small or how tall you are. We fake that. Smoke and
And
mirrors, baby.
also, Ranirav says here in the chat that I very much disagree with the notion that one should only do cosplay that one resembles in body, face, skin tone, etc. We are doing cosplay, not a look-alike contest. So it
Yes, I
doesn't
agree.
matter if you don't feel like Legolas from the movies. That's you're not doing Orlando Bloom. You're doing yourself as Legolas, and
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
of
as
course,
version.
I can never hope to, be a the Bloom look like. I only wished, but of course, very pretty,
but you don't
of
need
course.
to. You don't need to. And as Ranirav and Teresa says,
Yeah.
Ranirav says, I got generous chest size myself, but I just go with it. Good enough attitude again. Kind of can't tell on the dandelion. And Teresa says, look at Ingrid Beast. It's a bit of a hassle, but she binds phenomenally and becomes such a handsome guy despite rather sizable boobs. So yeah, you just ask her for some tips. She knows.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's, of course, I do know all this, get tips from this person, and oh, look at this person got more chest size than you, and that person can pull it off. Still, I don't. I'm not convinced that I can pull it off
It's a self confidence
either way.
thing. It's a self
Yes.
confidence thing. I know how you feel because we all feel that way. It's like, oh, I'll never be able to do that as well as they did. We all feel that at some point. So
And
it's
that's when you have to tell yourself to just
fuck it,
shut
I'll
up,
do it
brain.
anyway.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know. I've actually been struggling with my brain for about a year now. Hence the cosplay silence period,
Mm.
I
We all
think.
go through these things.
But then you should take Teresa's words of wisdom, because she says that cosplay can be such a good way to push one limits in a
Yes,
safe environment.
absolutely. It is. It definitely is. Which we're going to talk a little bit more about soon. Um, let's see. So, do we have any physical cosplay goals for this year?
I do. I'm going to get superhero ready. And
Yeah, we're
and
going to
I
make. Yeah, we're going to make exercise videos, you guys.
yeah, I did start. I have made one in September, which is still under private on our channel because I haven't posted it yet because I'm so embarrassed because it's horrible. It's awful.
But now you
I'm gonna post it at some time, at some point, but I'm just gonna wait a bit. But yeah, I do have goals, and it's not really because of cosplay. It's more because I have some problems with my shoulders and my back and my neck, which means that I have a few. I need to get stronger and I need to build muscle to be able to, do things like carry rucksacks and carry bags from the shop and things like that. Because as it is right now, I'm not able to do that.
no, that happens. I want to become healthier, which I've been working on for the past 6 months. So I'm eating less sugar and less things with starch and more natural things, less pre-produced things. And I'm also doing Pilates just to become more fit and stronger. Um, just improve my health and feel good about myself.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna do cosplays that challenge me.
Mm-mm.
And you, Enyassia?
I've actually also started on the same diet you are on, the low carb diet, because I want to see if it can. I wanted to see if it could, make a difference to my body, and it actually has. On just 1 month, I can see changes, and that's even without exercising.
That's really good.
Mm. So, of course, my goal is first and foremost before the physical. Although I've started the physical changes, it's more psychological change, really, to get more confident and more, relaxed, because I think I've been under a lot of stress lately because of
Yeah.
work and because of self expectations and stuff like that.
Mm.
Wanting to do more than I'm able.
Yeah. Got to be careful to not overwork yourself.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but I mean, because as you said, it's physical, but it's also psychological. Because when you're depressed, you start feeling like shit, and you lose energy, and you lose the will to do things, and you lock yourself up, and you eat more, and you keep other people outside, and you just become miserable physically and psychologically. So when you start to like change your diet, when you start to work out, you'll feel better about your body, and then you start hopefully feeling better about yourself, mentally as well, which is very
yeah,
important that you do things for the right reasons, and that you're doing it because you want to make yourself feel better just overall, not because you want to be skinny and lose weight necessarily, because that's not always right. And yeah, Ranirav says that she thinks Inuyasha is has beautiful cosplays.
yes,
Yes,
thank you.
and you do.
I'm not always, you know, so very confident in my own cosplays,
Mm.
but
But
thank you.
a lot of people aren't, so no, but you're great. Teresa says, just found out there's a taekwondo studio just 2 minutes from my flat. Gonna get fit again. Anyone want to join?
Where
So
do you
hey,
live?
Yes.
yeah, where do you live?
I actually would love to do something like that again. The only problem is that my crazy work schedule makes me not able to
Yeah.
have appointments like that because sometimes I work to 8, sometimes I work until 9, sometimes I work till 3. It's yeah.
Crazy, crazy schedules. I also always prefer to work out at home because it's just easier. Then I don't have to go anywhere. I can just focus on doing what I need to do and not look at what everyone else is doing and just not get distracted. So I like doing that, and it doesn't cost me anything extra. So that's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
I would like to, take up taekwondo again because I actually got a yellow belt in Taekwondo.
Ooh, cool. You
Active.
should definitely do that.
Yes, I should
I
definitely
have.
restart it.
You should. I have a yellow belt in kickboxing, actually.
Hmm. I have no belts, but I have done kung fu and aikido in the past, and I thought aikido was really really fun. It's also good for short people who aren't very strong, which I tick both boxes, so that's good. Eric says, "So close yet so far." Hashtag banjo country. I don't know where that is, but funny. Okay, so yeah, we want to get fit. We want to get less depressed. We want to get healthy. That's our goals for the year. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, Rira has a green belt in Taekwondo. Cool. A lot of Taekwondo
Nice.
practitioners here, apparently. Okay, so the last question is: has cosplay changed the way we feel about our own bodies?
Yeah.
I
Not
can.
really.
Hmm? Well, for me, it has because I used to have like a sort of body dysmorphia thing, so I thought I was bigger than I actually was. When I looked at myself, I always thought that, oh my god, you look so fat and disgusting, which wasn't true. So when I started like making patterns and making clothes for myself, I realized that you're not as big as you think you are. And that was kind of nice because it made me kind of get out of that whole destructive way of thinking about myself. So I kind of enjoy that part of it.
Yeah. Uh, for me, it's been more like made costumes that people who commented on my costumes. The thing is that they commented on my costumes how well
Mm.
they were made or how cool they were looking, and they did not focus on me, on my body or my face or anything, just my cosplay. So that kind of gave me the confidence boost that they don't care how I look per
Mm.
se. They don't see me for what I look like on the outside. They look at my costume, which I've made, there for maybe some part of me shining through the costume or something. And yeah, and I've not been, greeted by people who meet me like, "Oh, you're so small."
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think I sort of do. Because people who meet you when you're in costume don't necessarily just refer to your stature or your body. They look at what you've made. They look at the creativity and the fandom that you represent. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I understand.
My computer just blue screened, so I'm
Mm.
back.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. I didn't want to freak out because I figured you'd be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric says, "Well, I want to brush up on my combat skills out here. I just need to say something nice about wolves in public." I don't understand that reference. Someone must help me. Teresa says, "Yikes, my sympathies." I'm not sure what that refers to. The wolves thing. Please explain. Also, hashtag longcast, hashtag overtime coscast, hashtag higya. Yes, we are 12 minutes over time. I was waiting for someone to notice.
it seems
I did
that
notice.
it seems like we have new time limits after the New Year, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. We're just throwing the 1 hour mark to the wind and going 15, 20 minutes over time. It's a thing. Alex says life at Kongsvinger. Okay. Right. Then okay, Understood.
Farmer land.
Do con-
Farmerland. Yes.
yes. They
Sheep.
got a lot of sheep,
Yeah,
I guess.
Farmerland. Okay. So that pretty much wraps up the discussion. I just think that we've had so much wonderful activity in the chat, and I thank you guys for asking questions and for making comments and just telling us about how you think and feel about this subject. I think it's really important, and I think that we all get to understand each other better and feel more comfortable together um, through these hangouts and through these conversations.
Yay.
Yay! Okay, so um, let's move into the final part of our show today. Let's move into geekery. So, have we watched, read, listened to, or played anything interesting this past week?
I'm still trying to get my hands on that fantastic May skin in the Overwatch Lunar Chinese New Year thingy.
Mhm.
It's the last day to get to hold on the new skins for that tomorrow, and I haven't gotten any new skins, so I'm afraid that I have to buy some loot boxes, and maybe I will get it that way. No, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to game some afterwards, and I'm going to game tomorrow, and hopefully I will get that skin.
Yeah. Brr.
Also, I've played some Shadow Puppeteer, and that's a Norwegian game. I've made a video of that, so if you want to check it out, you can find it on our channel. It's a bit long, but you can just skip to the end, and then you'll see me freak out over one of the boss battles.
Oh, it was so funny. I laughed so hard when I watched this. You guys should all check out Annabella playing Shadow Puppeteer Part 1. Seriously, it's so funny. It's
And
so
also,
funny.
the game is on Steam, and it's really fun. It's a co-op game, so there should really be two people playing it, because you have to do something with this hand and something completely different with the other, and you have to steer two different characters at the same time. That gets a bit frustrating.
It's hard to play single player mode.
Yes.
This is a team game.
Yeah, but it's really cool, and the music is amazing. I've also watched a small cartoon on YouTube called Pugatory. Uh, it is basically the pugs that PewDiePie and his girlfriend own. That goes on adventures, and it's PewDiePie and Marzia's voices. It's just hilarious. It's fantastic.
That
So
sounds amazing.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so I have to check out Pugatory.
Yeah.
Enyassia, what about you? Have you watched, read, listened to, or played anything?
I am watching this crime series on Netflix. It's called Paranoia.
Hmm.
It's British, and I think it's quite exciting crime show. And I can recommend that for those who likes crime. And of course, Brooklyn 909 or something,
Oh,
919.
that's so funny. It's so funny.
It's so funny. You should definitely.
Brooklyn
Oh, yes, definitely check that out. And I've seen that on Sony PlayStation.
Mhm.
They've just recently launched a samurai action RPG, Neo.
Mhm.
And I want to try it, but I think it's too hard game for me, so I want my boyfriend to buy it so I can watch him game. Because apparently it's quite a hard game, Dark Souls stuff, but it's a samurai setting, so
Oh.
looks very nice.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm still waiting on the newest Drist book to arrive to Outland,
Mhm.
so I can buy it and read it.
Okay, cool. Donnerov says that she's hyped about Alien Covenant being 100 days ish away. And there's some real hype going on. That's cool. My hubby is also really looking forward to Alien Covenant. Me, I'm kind of like looking forward to it, but kind of dreading it, because that just means that I'll be sitting with my pillow in front of my face going like for like an hour.
I'm
Probably.
really looking forward to it. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be good. Me and my hubby, we spent the entire weekend in Moss with some friends playing Pathfinder with a pre-made campaign called Rise of the Rune Lords, which was really, really fun. I play a bard, and it's so funny. Whoever said bard is useless is not playing bard right. Seriously, it's so good. Also, we've started rewatching Modern Family again, because who doesn't like Modern Family? Seriously, it's so cute.
I love it.
Yes, and I've been saving the newest episode of the Adventure Zone podcast. so I can hear it and listen to it, and really enjoy it when I'm alone and no one else can interrupt me, because I'm really excited about the end of this story arc we're on now. Yeah. So it's so good. It's so funny. And I'm just hoping that I can infect everyone around me with Adventure Zone and my brother and me. Everyone should listen to it. It's just funny. Good.
Edna in the chat agrees with you.
Yes, Eden agrees with me. And oh yeah, and I also watched AKB 0048. That's CC Tori recommended to me. It's an anime, and I thought it was really fun and really cute. I think I watched the 4 or 5 first episodes. So I'm going to finish it because I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, very much so. It's about girls who want to be pop stars who travel around the universe and perform on planets where entertainment and singing has been banned.
Wow.
Yeah, and they apparently they fight the people who try to keep them from performing, and it's just funny.
It sounds amazing.
It's an interesting premise. You should all watch it. It's fun.
You need to show this to us.
Yes, yeah. Just search for AKB 0048. If you go to kissanime.to or anime season, you can find it there for free.
Cool.
Cecilia says, "Oh my god, Anita, yes!" Yes, I liked it. So someone is glad that I liked it at least. I'm not going to spoil anything on the new episodes, and no one should spoil it for me. But Eden is shook up about the newest Adventure Zone episode. So.
Cool.
Things are going to happen. Now I'm nervous. Gosh, you shouldn't have said anything. Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, that's what I had to say. That's the things I can hype up. And Teresa mentioned a new season of Black Sails. So that's apparently on. I haven't actually watched any of the seasons. I started on the first episode and then I just forgot about it.
Oh, another show I've just started watching, Last Kingdom.
Oh, I've heard good things
on
about it.
Netflix.
But I
Yes,
haven't
it's
seen
quite
it.
exciting. It's kind of, you get a little bit Game of Thrones feels from it, but it's not, Game of Thrones.
No, but nothing is Game of Thrones except Game of Thrones. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But
Nothing.
okay.
But
yeah. But I think that's all for this time. Thank you guys for watching and for being in the comment section and for just being amazing. And we will see you next Sunday. And remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Just search for the CosCast or the CosCast Show, and you'll find us. And we'll be back next Sunday, as always. But. Bye.
Enyassia is being troll.
Yeah, it's just being a troll. Bye.
Bye.